Hi there guys, my name is Richard McMunn, and in this video presentation I'm going to teach you how to pass the new police officer interview question process. Now the questions this year have changed significantly, and that's with regards to the type of questions and also the format in which they're presented. So I'm going to give you the format of police interview questions, and I'm going to give you some important tips on how you can gain the highest scores possible. Now before I get into this, make sure you've got a pen and a piece of paper with you, and what I'd like you to do is to subscribe to the YouTube channel please, below this video, because then you'll get notified as soon as I upload many other different videos that are going to help you to secure your career. Please also like this video, and in addition to this, if you want me to create a video for you based on any kind of questions you've got about the police recruitment or any other type of career, please type the question below this video now and I'll keep an eye on it and then create a video for you. Okay, let's get straight into it. Now, what do the new police officer interview questions look like? Well, they are basically divided into two different elements. The first is with regards to motivational questions, and that's basically why you want to become a police officer, what you know about the role, and also more importantly what you understand about the values and ethics of being a competent police officer in the United Kingdom. The second type of question is what's called past behaviour, and this is what you have done in the past with regards to examples that demonstrate you have the competencies and the ability to be a police officer. So one of those questions might be something like, can you give an example of where you have demonstrated confidence and resilience in a difficult kind of situation? Now the important thing here, and please write this down, is it's with regards to a specific example of where you've actually done something in the past. Now anybody could say at an interview, yes, I'm a confident person and I would be resilient in if this kind of situation arose. You will not get any marks whatsoever for that kind of response. It has to be specific, i.e. you have to give an actual example that you have been in. And what I'll do in a second is I'll give you a format that you can follow to make sure that your response is structured in an exacting manner, and that means that you will get the highest scores possible. Okay, let's have a look at the motivational one first. So as I said, motivation stroke value kind of interview question. This is an example. What values do you think police officers should have, and also why are these important? So there are two different elements to this question, so you've got to answer both of the elements. So the first one, let's tackle the first one. What values do you think police officers should have? So I'm going to put a list up of here of these values, and please write them down, keep a note of these, and also if you think that there should be any more kind of values that you need to demonstrate, please put them in the messages below this video and then we can discuss them on the channel. Okay, first one, act fairly, professionally and with honesty and integrity at all times. Like I say, write that down. So you will say it in your response to this question, I would need to act fairly, professionally and with honesty and integrity at all times. Because let's face it, the public whom we would serve as police officers would expect us to act in that manner. The second one is you should be a role model. Okay, and that's basically setting an example to others. How do you think, or how would you want police officers to act? How would you want them to be? And that means that you as a police constable should act as a role model. You should also set an example to others so that they can follow it. Okay, so set an example, lead by example. Now I've bunched these next four together. The first one is determination. You obviously have to be determined as a police officer. You have to be resilient, i.e. not giving in, keep going, persevering. You also have to be confident, because you're going to turn up to some really difficult situations. Let's assume you attend an incident of alleged assault at a pub at 12 o'clock at night. You turn up. You can't afford to go in there unless you've got the confidence to go in and tackle the situation. Okay, you should also have empathy, responsibility to comply with European Convention on Human Rights. That's a good one. Write that down. Most people going through the interview will not mention that one, but you, one of the values is you have a responsibility to comply with European Convention on Human Rights. Now, you also have to serve the community, because the community, i.e. the members of the public, are the people who are paying for the police service, so you have to serve them. You have to share goals with the public. So as a police officer, you'll get involved with the community and you'll discuss the goals of the police force, the police service, to let them know what you're trying to achieve. Also, follow the statement of mission and values as an officer. And I would recommend, before you go to your interview, you go along to the website of the police force that you're trying to join, and you study the statement of mission and values, learn it and understand it. Now, you won't get asked a question directly that relates to the statement of mission. However, if you have an understanding of it, you'll be able to understand what the values are of an officer in your particular force that you're applying for. So, next one, work towards the goals of the organisation. What are the goals? Act in a professional manner and assess your own performance. And another word for that is continuous professional development. So you act in a professional manner and you assess your own performance. So if you go along to a job and you think you could have done better, then you have to take responsibility for doing that. And that's another one, taking personal responsibility. Police officers act with fairness and impartiality at all times and do not discriminate unlawfully or unfairly. Now, that's just a list of a number of values, and like I say, you might be able to come up with some more. And that's my question for you, is please put below this video so that we can all discuss them collectively, any ideas that you've got with regards to what the values of police officers are. Okay, the next thing, why are these important? So we've got to respond to two different elements to this question. Why are these important? I would say that these values are important because you as a police officer have a responsibility to serve the public and to also work towards the mission and goals of the police force that you are serving. And there is also an expectation from the public that police officers follow and abide by these values. So that's a sample response to that question. Now the second part, which is past behaviour. Write this down, guys. Please give me a specific example of a task, project or responsibility you have undertaken that you're particularly proud of. Remember what I said before, this response must be specific in nature. Don't just say, yes, I can carry out any task competently, I'll be really good as a police officer. That will get you 0 marks. So you have to give a specific example. Now, when you do come up with your example, please structure it in this method. The first is S, situation. What was the situation that you were involved in? So describe the situation. You will then go on and explain to the interviewer the task that had to be done. So what was the task that you had to do? So you can say, I was in this situation and I was required, or we were required, to carry out this task. So you can see that what we're doing is we're being specific in nature and we're actually describing a specific example of a task, project or responsibility you've undertaken. Next, tell the interviewer what action you took and also the action that other people took, and be specific. So I did X, Y and Z and the other people within the team or the organisation did X, Y and Z too. And that also demonstrates that you're able to work as part of a team. Finally, finish off and say what the result was following the action that you and other people took. And a great little tip, guys, is to say that following my action, the result was X, Y and Z, and it had a positive impact on the situation or the task. So try and make the result to be positive. And another really good golden nugget for you at interviews is to say at the end of this, I learnt a lot from this situation. This is what I learnt. And you've noticed at the bottom of this slide I've said the interviewer may also ask you for additional probing questions to elicit further information to help you give a full response. If they do, they might say to you, how did you feel about what you did in that situation? Would you have done anything different if this came around again next time? And it's okay to say yes. Upon reflection and review of my performance, I would have done this differently, because again, continuous professional development is important for police officers. So just to hammer home how important it is, make sure your example is specific. Now, what we have done on our website, howtobecome.com, which you can get directly below this video by clicking the link in the video description, will take you through to a page where you can get more videos and advice on how to pass the new type of police officer interview questions and answers. So as I say, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, because then I will notify you straight away as soon as I get some more videos up online, which will be very soon. Click the link below the video to go through to the page, and thank you very much for watching, guys, and I wish you all the very best in your pursuit to becoming a police officer.